everybody, and welcome to Legend of the Stoned Owl. We like to call it LOTSO, and my name is Chris.
And I'm Alan.
Hey there, Alan.
Hello.
No Justin this week. He decided to sit one out because he wasn't feeling well. And the nice guys that you are, you're considerate like that. You know that, I got the fams and whatnot, so you want to make sure that when you're not feeling well, you don't spread the illness.
Although, if anything, we should be coughing in your little kids' faces because right now it's a good time to build up those immunities.
Prepare them for life.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're doing them a disservice. But yeah, Justin did not want to make it here tonight under the conditions, so
that's understandable.
We move on.
It's also just not a blast to do a podcast when you're not feeling too good because you got all like phlegm in your throat and stuff like that.
You're worried about coughing on the mic. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, so we got a fun episode coming up in this week's episode. Now we are shooting this. Let's see, what is today? Today is February 25th.
25th.
And there's a couple of news items that came out, and we just did a lot of news in the last episode. So I don't really think we're gonna.
That's all we did in the last episode.
I know.
Really. I mean, there was just really there's not a whole lot going on right now.
Like new release-wise?
New release. I mean, Bulletstorm and stuff came out. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out. There are some other ones, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and there has been like announcements and stuff, and that's kind of what we kind of covered last week.
Yeah, exactly.
But there has been a release or two that came out since the last couple of episodes, and we're going to talk about those, including Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, that was kind of an impulse buy, but
you liking it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then also a little Mafia 2 gameplay, right?
Which I know is old, but
hey man,
really,
okay.
Justin got it because we're both super pumped for LA Noire.
Yeah. And
so getting into that mindset of thing, it's a perfect lead to.
Oh, now that's an interesting take. So it's like it's not a prequel, but it's like you're getting into the genre.
Yeah, you're just kind of,
It's like you're going to go see an old Western movie in the theater, so you go rent one of your old favorite
you go
old
watch
Westerns.
Tombstone or something. Just
yeah, I dig that.
I like this
That's
stuff.
a good idea.
Yeah.
It really gets y'all, okay, wow. Man, then you're really probably able to appreciate the genre even more for the little nods they do in the new game.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of, that's kind of a cool idea. Also, in the news segment, we're going to talk a little bit about the new Age of Empires online game. And now, I know this isn't everybody's favorite subject, but there was some details that came out regarding how it's gonna be paid for. I mean, it's a free-to-play game, but some of those details came out. And we've also got some Minecraft news we're going to talk about.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Nice little taste for all those Minecraft fans. I don't know. It got me excited. That's for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And we've got quite a few people, in the Jupiter colony playing Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, constantly.
Yeah. So it's you got to cover it when it comes out. So, dude, let's get into all that.
Let's do it.
Let's do the LOTSO news. All right, boys and girls, it is time for the LOTSO news segment. Now, that means we grab the LOTSO news sack that the owl just kind of throws over his shoulder, and then he kind of carries it around. And then when that sack gets kind of heavy, he sort of throws it down at our feet and says, all right, here's the best. And so we kind of dig through that before the show.
It's that ball of puke, and, it's all the bones and stuff, and we kind of have to crack it open to see out which news nuggets we kind of enjoy.
It's protected in there, though, so that's good.
Yeah.
Now, the first one is sort of, I'll be honest, it's just a service for you fans out there. Because Alan and I, neither one of us are yet Doctor Who fans. Now, I'm sure that'll change one day.
Yeah.
We both intend to. But for the moment, we're not the biggest Doctor Who people, but we know a lot of you out there.
I've never seen a single episode. I have no idea what the show is about. It's just something about it's always seemed like, I should check this out.
Now, I got to say, my initial gut tells me this is probably going to be kind of a stinker. But it's the players will enter the TARDIS, and they're going to have, a Doctor Who-style adventure. And it's going to be free to play. So that's interesting, too.
That's cool. I mean, what they did with the Star Trek and all that, your stow, if you will. Then, it's for the Doctor Who fans, I think it's great. I think, DC Universe, another example. If you're into that universe, it's going to be fun.
It's funny. So Brother Lou's trying to photobomb our chat that we include here in the live stream. And he's so excited about the Old Republic. And what's funny is he's like, totally not alone at all. There is so many people, just because I'm involved with our show Stoked.
Right.
I hear from so many folks about the Old Republic.
I'm honestly surprised he's the only one talking about it tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Normally there's at least a couple more.
Yeah, it's crazy how much anticipation is being built for that game. I mean, I'm gonna have to check it out.
I just didn't care about the first one. It seemed boring.
Well, this isn't related to the first one. This is a totally new game, and this is from BioWare.
But that's who made the first one, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't play the first one.
Okay, well, you're excited about the speculation.
Well, don't call it the first one because it's a totally different game.
Well, it's similar to the first one. I'm comparing it to the first one because that's the closest thing to it too.
Well, you know what?
It's a sequel.
Hey, how about I compare it to your face, dude?
Well, let's just move on. Right. Doctor Who's coming out, MMO. If you're into it, I'm sure you already know.
You know what else
Good
knows?
for you.
Your face knows. All right. So
another thing I don't care about: Age of Empires Online.
I think you will change your tune, and I mark this prediction now on February 25th, 2011, that you're going to change your tune about this game.
Do I have to pay for this?
Roll the gameplay footage there. No, free to play. All right, so let's talk about that.
Well, then that alone, Chris, you could be right.
I know,
right?
There
is a chance then that I would play this.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Because I would not pay for this.
All right, so here's how the pay structure works out. They say it's going to be a free to play game with no microtransactions.
None?
No microtransactions.
That's pretty cool.
They say they don't want to nickel and dime their players. That's a quote from like their dude.
Then how are they getting money?
Well, they're going to have a pay structure, which they haven't announced the prices of yet. It's free to play. You're going to be able to pick up uncommon loot. You're going to be able to pick up all types of loot, but you're only going to be able to equip up to uncommon. And there's going to be things like epic and amazing epic or something like that you're not going to be able to equip, but you're going to be able to pick it up when it's dropped. There's also going to be some PvP areas that you're not going to be able to go into unless you pay. There is going to be free areas for PvP.
But see, PvP so far does not concern me. I mean, granted, my first real experience is with Champions. We were playing a little earlier. I love that game. I haven't played PvP at all.
What I find is just through watching folks in the Jupiter Force fleet and just when I'm watching in Stowe, at least in Stowe it seems what people do is a lot of people play the whole game, the story side of the game.
And then they go into it?
And then they get bored. And then it becomes like if you do PvP, you get to really geek out and specialize on I'm going to do this power set and these ability sets that will make me be able to do this one particular kind of attack, and that's going to be my maneuver in PvP. And you sort of build a character around that, and so then it becomes like an engineer challenge in a way, and then so that becomes a whole new aspect to the game once you've kind of done all of the regular gameplay.
Yeah, I get that. That makes sense then.
So. I don't know if that's going to be the case so much with Age of Empires Online. I mean, come on, let's be serious.
But say, are you even into the Age of Empires thing? Have you played the other ones?
Yeah, a little. The older ones I haven't played for quite a while because it just really hasn't had my interest anymore. I actually wasn't interested in this game at all. Yeah, in fact, I kind of made fun of it. It's going to be a browser-based using that new Unity plugin that Battlestar Galactica game uses.
And see, I'm hard to get behind the browser-based game, too. I don't know why. It just seems just too casual for me, I guess. Well, I don't know.
So here's what changed my tune.
That seems snobbery.
I played it at PAX.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I liked it a lot.
Really?
And I was surprised by it. It felt a lot more like the old school one, but maybe a little easier, a little more... a lot of the newer MMOs like DCU Online are making it just a little bit easier for non-traditional MMO players.
Just kind of streamlining things.
Yeah, it's streamlined a little bit, and but it's cool because it's Age of Empires, sort of like the old game that I kind of remember from back in the Dizzle.
Right.
But it's social. There's other Age of empires that you can go to.
No.
And there's quests, and so you can see other people building their empire.
It just kind of, to me, and I hate saying this, and I know I might get, whatever. It seems like Age of Empires is trying to hop onto the Farmville.
There's some elements of that. Yeah, there's some elements of that. Yeah.
That's what I see. But it's like you're We Rule, right?
I don't play We Rule anymore, but yeah.
But it seems very similar to that with the different kingdoms and stuff like that.
Much more sophisticated, much more involved, though. Because I mean, maybe this. It's got a lot of RPG elements.
Maybe this could get me too.
It's got a lot of RPG elements.
Now, is this just coming out on PC or is it coming out on anything else?
It's browser based. I don't know I think that Unity system is actually fairly cross-platform.
Nice.
One last note about Age of Empires, then we'll move on because I know most people don't really give a crap. This is kind of a weird maneuver. So Age of Empires was being developed by a studio that was a spin-off from Microsoft. Microsoft did some closures, layoffs. They ended some contracts, and this other company. So these people left and they formed a new company, and that company was called Robot Entertainment, and they're now passing the buck. They've gotten the game as far as it is now, and they're passing the buck over to a new development shop called Gas Powered Games, and
that's weird.
So what the word kind of is that Microsoft and Robot Entertainment says this was always the plan, but what they don't really say, and what I think might have been, is Microsoft did these layoffs. You remember a couple of years ago when Microsoft made the announcements about laying off 5,000 people?
Yeah,
I think they might have been included in that group. And what Microsoft did to kind of help them get started is they gave them Age of Empires as like here's a project to chew on to start generating revenue while you bring up your other clientele. Because what Robot Entertainment said is our formation our intention was always to create original IP, as in something brand new completely. And so I think they were given this bone by Microsoft to chew on to sort of build up a client base on that end.
Right.
And now Microsoft's like, all right, see you later. Now we're going to move it to a different development shop. But it's weird to have a game be built and then transitioned mid-team like that.
Normally it doesn't equal good things.
Exactly. That's the problem. But we'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, free. So when it comes out, it's not going to hurt
at least checking out a website for it.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you to try it, right? Cheers.
Right.
All right, well, let's move on to a little bit of Minecraft news. So there's been a few things announced. First of all, this story is that there's actually going to be an official port of Minecraft to not just the iPad, as reported in most of these stories, but also Android.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing, they actually have a little team, 1 or 2 people, I think, that are actually working on this specifically. And so they haven't detailed whether it's the full game. They said, probably not everything will be included, but hopefully you can at least edit your stuff.
Well, yeah. He said something like to the effect of they're only going to port over what makes sense to port over. So it's going to be a different branch.
So, but I mean, say I can't necessarily use all the tools available to me in the full release. I still want to be able to run around and do whatever it is I could do in my town.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hope it's not like separate servers.
Yeah, if it's separate, that's going to suck. But either way, it's got me excited, especially since, Chris, I know you're going to tell me why I should be excited about this. Supposedly, there's a new iPad coming out, and it's going to be released really soon. And so if Minecraft comes out on a new iPad, what could this mean for us?
Yeah, that's interesting,
gamers?
Right? So when we're recording this, the new iPad announcement will have been 2 days prior to the release of this episode. So at this
everyone's
point,
gonna know.
So at this point, we don't really have anything to say as far as news is because it hasn't happened yet. We could speculate.
I want to hear just a quick speculation. What do you think? Some quick features that they're gonna throw in there.
I think it'll have a new version of the processor, so it's going to be faster. I suspect it'll be the same resolution as the current screen. Maybe something about it'll be a little better. Maybe it'll be brighter or have more colors or something.
It's got to have more pixels or whatever,
I think it'll be thinner. I don't think it'll have an SD card slot like everybody thinks. I don't think Apple likes to have holes in their products. I just don't see that. It'll probably have better graphics because it'll probably be like the A5 chip or the A4.5 or something. Do
you think bigger hard drive, bigger battery life? Of course, because I mean that just kind of happens.
I would not be surprised if it wasn't much better battery life.
But what about gigabytes? You think they're gonna bump that up a notch?
Maybe.
Oh, they better.
I hope so.
It's pretty weak right now.
I hope the bottom. It would be awesome. Where if Apple could, and Apple supposedly has like these exclusive storage deals. If Apple made their baseline 32 gigabytes, and I don't think this could happen, but if they made their baseline 32 gigabytes at $499, and then you've got and the Motorola Zoom comes in at $790 or $699 for its base price. I mean, boy, Apple would really have a pretty competitive product at that price, especially if they get like a new faster graphics chip in there.
It's got me excited because I want an iPad, and either the new one's like, all right, I'm glad I waited, or it's like, sweet, the one that it doesn't matter which one I get, so now one's way cheaper. That's what I'm excited about. Either way, I win.
I'm unsure what's going to happen with like the 3G stuff. I'd be curious to see if they come out. I would expect they could have a Verizon one now. I wouldn't
get the 3G. So if I'm using my iPad, I'm going to have a hotspot, Wi-Fi.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got an Android that you can hack and just turn on your hotspot feature. So for you, it would make sense as if you did that.
Right.
That said, I have the 3G iPad, and I effing, as a network technician, I effing love it because I can be sitting at a client's office and set up something on their firewall and then need to test it from the outside and just flip on 3G, turn off Wi-Fi, and now I'm immediately testing something from the outside world.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's super slick. And then also, like, I've been in places where, you know, as policy, they block Facebook or they block Twitter. And it's like, well, that's fucking bullshit. Oh, bleep that for me, would you? I'm sorry, dude. And so it's like flip on the 3G, and now I just get whatever I want. It's on my terms. And see, I got lucky too because I'm grandfathered into that unlimited plan. Like I actually have literally unlimited. It's $30 a month, but I have no limits.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing is like I looked into what they're offering now for New Year's on Verizon and stuff. It's not worth it. Screw that.
Yeah.
But no, either way, I'm excited. Going to be paying attention. We'll
see what happens. Now, something else that's kind of coming down the road that I think you're pretty excited about is LA Noire.
Yeah, I feel bad talking about this without Justin, but basically, I just wanted to talk about it. The only new news is that there's like 3 different like if you pre-order it, you'll get different things like different missions or different outfits.
Oh, no kidding.
That give you bonuses or just, you know, other things. But this game, I'm just super excited for it. I don't care. I don't know if I will pre-order it, but I don't know where. I can't.
Well, you know, if you pre-order it from Amazon through an affiliate link of ours, then we get a percentage of the purchase.
Which does make a lot of sense.
So that's what I did today.
Did you know?
Yeah.
You getting this?
I pre-ordered it today.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be a great game.
But here's the problem, dude, and I think this is where you might get a little upset with me, is I pre-ordered it for the PlayStation 3.
Why does that bother me?
Well, because is it multiplayer?
I doubt it.
Oh,
and
okay.
even if so, I don't even care about the multiplayer in this game. Not at all. I am all about the story in this one. It just looks so beautiful, and what I've heard about it, it's just, I don't want anyone else chirping in my ear while I'm playing this game, at least for the first run through. I play it and just enjoy the setting and the...
I have not bought a game for my PlayStation 3 in a long time, and you know, it's dumb, man, because in that room, I've got, you know, a 5.1 surround sound system with a good sub, a 60-inch Pioneer Kuro plasma display, and I never game on that.
Yeah, it does not make sense to me.
So I said, you know, and it's because I like Xbox Live. And I pay for Xbox Live.
Yeah, we all do.
So I want to use my Xbox. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I need to play this game, a game this good looking. I want to play it the best I can, and it's been the first time that I've bought a game. My PlayStation 3 has essentially been a media streamer and a Blu-ray player. And a Blu-ray player. And I have not used it as a gaming system for a very, very long time.
And see, at this point, I still want a PS3, but I think I would still get it on the Xbox just because I want my familiar control scheme.
That is another problem. Yeah, I know. That'll just be a curve I'm gonna have to go through, I guess. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. But you know,
oh hell yeah!
As long as we're in the Mafia theme, why don't we jump over to the review and talk about Mafia 2?
Let's review.
All right, man. Let's go into the hour review sack. Welcome to the LOTSO review segment. It's time to open up our sacks and see what's in there to review. And first up, we're going to actually talk about a game that's not super new, Mafia 2. Why are we talking about this now, dude?
It came out a while ago. It was out when we went to PAX. It was already out when we went there.
Okay, so now, I guess LOTSO doesn't have a strict policy about always being super current.
No, if anything, it's more about what we're doing.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I polled, I ran a poll in the Jupiter Colony forum like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, what would be your opinion on if we covered something that wasn't like breaking news? Like, I even asked, like, what if we reviewed something?
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, totally. Like, a lot of people were like, yeah, if, you know, we just want to hear your thoughts on the game, even if it's been out for a little bit.
Yeah, because like this game, I have not picked it up. It's my first time playing it through. Justin picked it up and was nice enough to let me borrow it when he was done. He really liked it. But the reason why he got it was because he's so excited for LA Noire. And after playing through this game, I have a few more missions, I know, and it's going to be done tonight. I thought I could get done before the show, but Mafia 2, for the story and everything, it's great. And it's got me super pumped for LA Noire. Just because the story in Mafia 2, it's not... And it's great. You'd really like it because it's not like... It looks huge and it looks like an open world sandbox, and it is. But really, you just go through and do the missions. There's not a lot of side quests. There's not a lot of distractions. It's just a good, solid story.
So you're like, what did I call it? I called it like I was missing something anxiety. Like you don't get that feeling like, oh my God, am I missing a lot of side stuff? You just know you're on a path.
At first I did, because I'm just so used to it. But then I realized, like, because, you know, there's this one guy where you can sell cars to, and I've gone back to him like 3 or 4 times just to make sure that I'm not like, oh, is this when I'm supposed to be doing this? He's like, nah, I got nothing for you right now. And it's like, oh, cool.
All right.
And then just all that anxiety just goes, and you just get to,
exactly.
You just get to gun people down.
You're able to enjoy it.
Yeah, and the story so far is really good. Classic Mafia stuff. It's, you know, if you're familiar with the genre, I think it's going to be pretty standard fare. But I think it's done really well. I've had a couple chuckles, and I don't know. I really like it.
Mafia 2, huh? So that's all right. So that's a thumbs up. Now, I haven't gotten my hands on that, but maybe somebody would let me borrow it eventually. That'd be nice.
Maybe. I think Ryan from the Goofballs is up next. We're pretty nice when it comes. Well, Justin is. He buys more games than us.
Can I call dibs?
I'm probably the second best, but Justin's definitely the
Can I call
bigger
dibs?
share.
You're going to be going away on a boat eventually.
All I'm
anyways.
saying is that Ryan already has next dibs. I had to kind of steal it from him.
Oh, it's Justin's?
Yeah, it's Justin's.
Well, can you put a word in for me to get to dibs?
I can, man. You know I can.
All right, thanks, buddy. All right, let's jump into Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Because this is one I actually went out and bought, but it was definitely an impulse buy. I went out with Justin, and he was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go pick up a game." It's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go with." And then it's like, "Ooh,
this doesn't seem like your kind of game."
Marvel vs. Capcom came out, and you know, I like Super Street Fighter and all that.
Okay, but are you a Marvel guy at all?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I dig on the Marvel.
I didn't know that.
But
about
to be
you.
fair, that's what was kind of disappointing about this game.
Oh,
is I didn't really, you know, like you said, you didn't think I'd be a big fan of this. Like, I didn't spend a lot of time researching this game at all. I knew what it was like in the arcade, and I was just looking forward to the redo like they did on Street Fighter. And they did kind of hack up the character list. And I read later, you know, they did it to make everyone seem more defined as a character and not, you know, copying moves and all that stuff.
Oh, well, okay.
But, you know, I that's what I liked about the arcade, is that there was all these characters, like, you know, there were the obscure ones that I don't know about, and then there was, you know, the classics that, you know, in every Street Fighter game and should be in every Marvel game. And now they were kind of what they picked and choose. It's
so is it like are they like a parody of the original character?
No, it's just, you know, different art style. Sometimes they, you know, they. I don't
mean in the drawing. I mean like in their ability sets and in
sometimes yes, it depends on the character. Like Deadpool, you know, of course, that's just in his character. The Sentinel, Justin and I had a lot of fun with him. Nothing funny too about him, but just he just kept repeating the same stuff in his robot voice, and it was quite humorous.
Yeah.
But you know, I miss some of the like. There's no Venom. There's Spider-Man, but no Venom. And I thought that I would be able to unlock some more.
Is that going to be like a DLC thing, you think?
I hope so.
Oh, you hope so? You don't get mad when they do that kind of stuff?
I don't expect DLC anymore, just because whenever you
don't expect free DLC, you mean?
Oh, no, not at all. But whenever you want DLC, it never comes out.
Why aren't you in that camp, though, that gets all pissed off that says they should have just included it? Why are you okay with...
Because... Okay, I guess in this case, if they went with this roster and then all of a sudden they came out with the original roster that was in the game, it'd be like, wait, what the hell? That's bull. But if they're like, hey, here's, you know, 5 more characters for some odd money, that, you know, it's annoying, but I'm willing to take it rather than nothing at all. And just to confirm with Brother Lou in the chat room, I will be getting Mortal Kombat. I am same thing. It's kind of like a precursor. I got the Street Fighter game. I kind of wanted to see what this was like because I like the tag in, tag outs.
I
the
do
combos.
like that.
It's very frantic.
So yeah, dude, I'm looking at the clips and it's just like all over the effing place.
These are like the super special moves when they're doing good, and it's just kind of like a highlight clip of that of the different characters.
Oh, okay.
But you get to see the cool animation and stuff, and it's just.
So can you? Where's the multiplayer in here? Where's this at?
Multiplayer.
Doesn't do any multiplayer?
Oh, well, yeah. You get your online modes, and, Justin and I were playing against each other for a bunch.
You can play over live?
Yeah. We were playing over on the same TV because he did not get the game.
Oh, okay. Can you fight each other?
Yeah. That's how we started. We were fighting each other for like an hour or so. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were trying the new characters and doing the new levels. Like any game, we probably played it for like 3 hours. And I haven't touched it since. But for those 3 hours, it was really fun.
It does.
It might have been longer than that. I went back once.
Huggy in the chat room wants to know: do the boobs have gratuitous bouncies?
No, because there's not that much gratuitous boobies.
All right.
Neither one of them have really been much about that. They're in their scantily clad outfits sometimes, but like there's the kitty cat lady, and honestly, I don't know her name, but I dig the Spider-Man
balloon in the background. So is that like?
That's one of the levels.
The different levels are like different characters like turf.
Yeah. They got like the X-Men, like the Danger Room, and that's like in front of the Daily Bugle, and the Beautiful Joe has like they got a bunch. It's a fun game if you like the arcade game and don't care so much about the roster and care more about the fighting and the characters that are there. You're gonna love it.
Do you recall who you enjoyed playing the most?
Especially to beat the guy at the end. Which I won't ruin it for you, but everyone knows already. But let's see. I liked Deadpool was good. Wolverine came in handy. See now I gotta watch to see Chung-Li, some Captain America. He was good.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Captain America.
It really depended on who you used for a team up. The Sentinel. when we unlocked him, I could do some pretty good damage with him against the end boss battle. Dante was good too. So see, and that's not even all the characters, but those are the characters that I had fun with. There's just some I miss. Like I miss Bison from Street Fighter, and there's so many more characters they could have done.
Well, before we wrap up Lotso, there was a question that came up in the chat room earlier today, and I know it doesn't particularly spark your interest too much, but I wanted to just kind of talk about it really quick because I think it is kind of an important story, and that's the PS3 hacking that's been going on. What do you know about this?
All I know is that Sony's hiring a bunch of different lawyers and stuff, and they're trying to get the people that made the hack available and anyone that's using it in trouble.
Oh, man, the lawyer stuff. Boy, we should talk about that for a second. So did you know Sony, and this is so effing... I mean...
It's just crazy that they're going through this much effort.
The more I hear about it...
Is it really that big of a scare? Like, why not the firmware on the PS2? Why isn't that getting thrown in with this? I only hear about the PS3 hacking.
Well, so here's what... So Sony has like a $10 million budget for this massive team to go after these hackers. Here's the latest. So things aren't going so great for GeoHot. That's the guy that's been doing the hacking, George Hotz.
So now, why did he initially say that he did it?
I don't remember the detail on... So I'll mute that for you.
Just so he could?
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Like, why did he do it, and why is he actually being on TV and stuff?
I think he does it, and I'm just kind of injecting some of my personal biases, but I think the reason he did it is the same reason I hack my Android phone, because I buy a $300 smartphone, or in this case, a $300 game console, and I think it's kind of ridiculous that I can't install whatever I want on the hardware that I've purchased. It's a computer. It's a computer.
But this does allow it to have games on it illegally. Correct? That is one of the benefits of jailbreaking.
I think you can achieve that goal. He was using it because he actually wanted to create games for the PlayStation at home and then play them on there. So he was using it for homebrew games. And I think that's completely 100% legitimate.
I really honestly I can't believe that Sony's getting so upset, because this has been going on from the PlayStation 1 days. They should be kind of used to this. I had one of those things that you plugged into the back, put a little spring in your disk drive, and you could, it basically hacked it was like a Game Shark or something to hack your PS1.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't really a hack or anything, but you needed that software. So I just don't see what the big deal is. I don't see why anyone. I mean, they're making this kid famous. Even if he does have to pay a fine and go to jail, you know some company's going to hire him up to backwards engineer shit for him.
That's true. I hadn't thought of that. You know, the interesting thing is, so because the court case has moved further along, he has decided, as he'd threatened to do, to release his reverse engineering database, his Bible on how to do this. And
isn't it already available, I thought?
I don't know how much of it was available. I think there's a community that's already been brewing that's figuring it out, but he's got, you know, his entire library of all of the knowledge that he'd attained on this. He collected into a single file now that's being torrented by thousands and thousands of people right now.
So it's already out there.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was released earlier
I thought
today.
He threatened it.
It was either today or yesterday. It was released. Yeah, can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah, they call it the Hypervisor Bible, I believe. The HV Bible is, and the Hypervisor is the virtual machine on the PlayStation 3 that once you break out of that, you get hardware access.
Now, if you do that, are you still allowed to use the PS3 in all normal aspects?
I'm not sure. I would imagine there's a risk to them being able to detect it. I know that Sony has been threatening or has actually been turning off people's PlayStation 3 or PlayStation Online accounts.
Even the Xbox did that earlier, like a year or two ago. They everyone that had hacked or they thought had hacked their armada, their system, got banned, and you know, even a lot of them weren't even people that were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's tricky when you already have these people paying for your product. You know, they already paid for it.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Well, because there is the piracy problem, but
that's happening regardless.
To be fair, it's like a huge problem on the PlayStation Portable, and I think they're just afraid it's going to happen again, and it kind of is. But you know, I think at the same time, just like they ruled it was legal, in fact, to root your own phone, I hope it goes that way for GeoHot, and I think because it's an important consumer rights that, you know, I think of like my grandpa. And my grandpa grew up in the 30s, really, when he was a teenager. And he was able to take apart radios, and he built his own little radio, and his friend built his own little transmitter station, and they had a broadcasting network similar to what we have now. They have the equivalent.
That would be pirate radio back then, wouldn't it? Because they're not part of the FCC.
I don't know. I'm sure there was. I don't know if that was established by that point. Actually, to be honest, but
so see, there you go. So even then, you know.
But here's what my point is in this case, if somebody reverse engineered the PlayStation 3 in order to be able to run their own game, right?
Right.
What if this guy was able to create like the next amazing smash hit?
Exactly. Then you're just selling more consoles, and then you're selling even more because people like, you know, me that get a hair up their ass. I could do that too. Like, I'm going to buy a PS3 now, and I'm going to jailbreak it and build a game.
Let's take something to its really long-term, logical, 15 years from now conclusion. Let's say 95% of gaming is done now on the PlayStation 3, or on consoles.
Okay.
Mainstream gaming. Like the PC gaming has declined, or it's really specialized to more like MMOs and things like that. How then do we have innovation in the marketplace when these guys have this locked down like this? They have a complete. If they succeed in taking over the market, they then have a complete stranglehold on future innovation in that market.
Yeah, I think it just helps because it's just figuring out different ways and different things, like the Kinect hacks. I think it's the same thing. I don't see. I mean, I'm sure Xbox wasn't too happy, but at the same time...
No, they're being cool about it.
It's getting them so much press.
Check this out. Brother Lou says in the chat room that Microsoft contacted GeoHot and offered him to have a... Here's a Windows 7 phone to hack.
Yeah, because it's press, man.
Mm-hmm.
Any press is good press.
It's interesting to see Microsoft get it. And, you know, they didn't always get it. But they're being pretty cool. You know, they're helping out the Kinect guys, too.
Yeah. It's great, and what they're doing is so innovative with this new stuff that the developers aren't even thinking about, and that's who we need because these people can't afford it. And I think they are screwing up. I mean, you know, whatever they do, they're going to do, and either way, they're going to make money, and some of these people are going to be fine. And in a couple years, we'll probably all forget about this anyways, and then it'll be the next thing that PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo's getting mad about.
Oh, there was a great comment in the chat room. You know, imagine if, like, down the road, this PlayStation hack was easy. Like, you put a USB thumbstick in and say yes on the screen and you're hacked.
Right.
And then somebody like Notch could start developing frickin' Minecraft for the PlayStation 3. And you could just distribute it online. Here, download Minecraft and install it.
But see, then that I get, because Sony ain't making their money then.
Exactly.
But
that's the problem.
If the distribution thing wasn't there, if they just, you know, could make the game and then be like, hey, Sony, look at this. Or, you know, release it somehow on, I don't know. Because that's the thing. Like, not everyone's
Sony wants their cut.
Not everyone's going to jailbreak it. So, like, you know, Justin, he's probably not ever going to get around to jailbreaking his, especially with this stuff, he wouldn't do it. So, say Notch did that, made a huge game, and Sony's like, all right, you have it already made, let us get in our cut. We'll put a retail or put it on our network. And then people like Justin can get it just because the popularity.
Yeah, I could maybe see like maybe a middle ground where they say, all right, you can develop and run your own applications on your own PlayStation. You know, they could do something like Apple does with the iPhone, where you can give out keys to set people where they can also run your application. But then in order to make everyone be able to get it, you have to submit it to the App Store.
Yeah. They're shooting themselves in the foot with this, I think. I don't see any, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a big deal.
It is. But then at the same time, how come that GeoHot guy isn't just GeoHot? Why is he public? Why did he let himself get known?
That's just, I'm sure there's a detail to the story. I hadn't read that part of the story.
Just seems like arrogance to me.
Well, it could be also, I mean, I kind of get a bit of the sense that he honestly believes in a cause, that he is fighting for consumer freedom.
There you go.
And I think maybe you have to, at some point, become public in order to put a face to that fight. It's sort of like Julian Assange on the, exposing corruption.
Yeah.
You know, or Jimmy Wales on Wikipedia when they're raising funds, and you gotta see his dumb face all over the page. I mean, not dumb; he's a brilliant man, but you know what I mean. Like, you get after a while,
his face is dumb.
You can start getting a little weirded out by it sometimes. I'm just saying. Yeah. But anyways, so it's. I hope things work out for GeoHot, and like you said, dude, whatever happens, I'm sure eventually he'll get, you know, at most some sort of ridiculously stupid slap on the wrist a couple of years in, and then when he's out, he's got a job. Oh,
yeah, I think if anything, it would be a probation type of thing. I honestly very, very much hope that you don't get thrown in jail for that, because that is such a minimalistic, non-threatening crime that if you don't go into the widest of collar prisons and just, you know, get fed cake and pie every day, if he goes to FU in the A prison, then
I'm sure that wouldn't happen.
I hope not.
I'm sure
I don't see it happening. And I see his bail being paid for. I see probation being had. And I see him getting off and getting a really good job after this. He's famous. He's a famous programmer. His name brings something now.
Yeah.
And so, good for you, man. Way to do it. You got it done.
All right. Well, there you have it, everyone. I think that just about wraps up this week's episode of LOTSO. Now, there's just a couple of details I'd like to leave you with. The first detail is we'd like to invite you to join us live when we record this episode of LOTSO. We do that every other Friday, jblive.tv. How do you like that new URL, man?
I do, jblive.tv.
And you know what? jblive.am is the audio stream.
Oh, my.
24/7. So you can join us, and we do this on 8 p.m., every other Friday. You can just check jupiterbroadcasting.com/calendar for when that will be. And then the following Friday, there's a whole new episode of LOTSO. So every Friday, there's something happening LOTSO-wise. It's either the on-demand version or the live version. That's kind of how we do that.
We got your LOTSO bases covered.
Yeah. This week, actually, too, was pretty fun. Maybe I can talk Alan into rolling a couple of clips. I don't know. Maybe. No?
I will do nothing for you. Yeah, we played some Champions. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, we did a little pre-show Champions gaming. That was fun. We had some folks show up, and we had a good team. In fact, we had so many folks show up that everybody couldn't join us in one team. But we played things that were all sort of in the same zone.
Yeah, so we could all just attack them, like 15 of us or something. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, we defended the mayor. That was a really cool one because there was like snipers and stuff.
Oh, that mayor did not deserve to be saved. But anyways, yeah, check it out. I'll throw some in at the end of this clip?
And what was the other one we played? Oh, the one where I kept getting my ass kicked.
Oh man, that one was hard.
The one at the end. We were out leagued, but
we made it happen. We worked.
There you have it. So that's
as
kind
a
of
team.
That's the extra bonus part. If you join us live, is you can always download the free-to-play Champions Online and jump in and game with us a bit. All right, everyone. Well, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of LOTSO, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks for listening to Legend of the Stoned Owl.
Legend of the Stoned Owl is produced over at JupiterBroadcasting.com. That's where you can find the show, subscribe, all those good things, leave us feedback, and also where you'll find us every 2 weeks. Thanks for listening to this episode. We'll see you in a fortnight.
Is our children learning?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, let's let them die.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was wrong about saving them. I'm sorry, team.
Here comes the assassin.
What a jerk.
Well, that's a tough one. Took the shot full on.
But
Murder.
A Millennium City divided against itself cannot stand.
Oh no! Oh shoot! He took some hits. Did you see that? He took some hits.
Ooh,
The mayor. He took one to the chest.
Does he die?
No, but dude, he took like a knife to the chest.
Well, can he die?
Yes, I think so. Okay, we still got more Viper agents coming. Here he comes. Meow.
Fellow citizens, ask not what Millennium City can do for you. Ask what you
Oh, my inventory's full.
can do
Fail.
for Millennium City.
Incoming assassin.
Oops. I don't want to see the carnage.
Time to take back the streets for the good citizens of Millennium City.
Incoming assassin.
See, I like SGRs. I don't know why. It's something about the guns and the tiny little robot suit. I
So
dig
long
it.
as I'm the mayor, my measure of success is victory. And
Stand still, SGR. Fine, I will not immortalize you. I don't want to anyways.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, we got all the Viper agents. Now we need to clear the rooftops of snipers. Oh shoot! You see those sights?
No?
You see those laser sights?
Yeah.
So we got to go find them.
Oh, he dropped down.
I can't
go?
follow them when I try. What? Oh, this is challenging.
Oh, they got shot.
All right, looks like they found one over here. Okay, there's one. Okay, now I gotta get the other one.
my friends, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Will that
Did we get the one over here?
I don't know. I'm going up against. There's one over here. I'm going for. Oh no! I got defeated. How did that happen?
Oh, crap.
What happened? I don't even know what happened. I was looking over at your screen. I was watching your screen and because I was gonna
That
see if
was
I
your
should
first
switch to it.
mistake.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Oh my god, I died too.
What happened?
I
Oh,
don't know,
we got
but-
sniped. I bet.
Yeah, because there was. I didn't think there's anyone. The video will prove if I'm wrong, but I didn't think there was anything around me.
All right. So how do I get back there? I never. Oh, we're going to City Hall, right?
I think Fazman's the only one still there.
Stay alive. Stay alive.
Nope, Phasma just got defeated. Is everyone dead now?
Tragic, man. Tragic.
JB Viewer 8, this is Champions Online. You can download it now for free from Cryptic Online.
Am I going to the right place?
Probably not. I'm following you too.
Well, I see damage happening.
YouTube.
All right, this will be the most laid back I think I've ever done. I just feel like doing a comfy one because
man.
I got my effing robe on, and that's not even a lie. But that doesn't go in the show.
It could.
Because it, you know, when you're gone, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I don't have time to edit.
We could just go hot on hiatus. I know you don't want to do that, but it is a possibility.
So I'm gonna hit wax.
Are we actually recording this time?
Yes. I know that sucked, dude.
Don't give me that, Chris. It didn't happen.
Okay, don't say it again because I don't want it to be in the chat log because that'll look really corny. Oh damn it! You said it again.
Well, just type some more.
All right.
We can't type people until you get it off the thing. Or wait, we can't do.
No, I got it. Here we go. LOTSO.
Are you gonna do 3, 2, 1?
Here we go.